Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast Special Edition Series where we go over every 2023 Men's College Basketball Conference Tournament. This is the 17th of 32 episodes, and this one will be the MEAC Tournament, which will be held at the Norfolk Scope in Norfolk, Virginia. The quarterfinals will start on Wednesday, March 8th, and then into Thursday, March 9th. The semifinals will be Friday, March 10th, and the championship will be Saturday, March 11th. On ESPNU or ESPN2 at 1 o'clock Eastern. Alrighty, so the seedings. Your one seed in this tournament is Howard. 19-12 overall, 11-3 in conference play. Your 2 seed is NC Central. 17-11 overall, 10-4 in conference play. Your 3 seed is Norfolk State. 20-10 overall, 9-5 in conference play. Your 4 seed is Maryland Eastern Shore. 17-12 overall, 9-5 in conference play. Your 5 seed is Morgan State. 15-15 on the year, 7-7 in conference play. Your 6 seed is Coppin State. 9-22 overall, 4-10 in conference play. Your 7 seed is Delaware State. 6-23 on the year, 4-10 in conference play. And your 8 seed is South Carolina State. 5-25 on the year, 2-12 in conference play. All right, so let's get to it. Wednesday, March 8th, this all begins 6 o'clock Eastern on ESPN+. 8 seed South Carolina State and 1 seed Howard. SC State, 2 players averaging double figures a game, led by Rakeem Gary. Howard, one of the best teams in the conference all year. 3 guys averaging double figures per game, led by Elijah Hawkins. My line is Howard by 17, total 152 and 7/20, so therefore I have Howard advancing to the semifinals. The second of 4 quarterfinal games and the second of 2 quarterfinal games on March 8th. 7 seed Delaware State, 2 seed NC Central. Delaware State, 2 guys averaging double figures per game, led by Martaz Robinson. And NC Central, one of the better teams in this conference, 3 guys averaging double digits per game, led by Justin Wright. I project NC Central by 14.7, total 138 and 3/5, so therefore I have NC Central advancing. The third of 4 quarterfinal games, these next 2 will be on Thursday, March 9th. 5 seed Morgan State, 4 seed Maryland Eastern Shore. Morgan State, I feel like, overachieved this year. They have 2 guys averaging double figures per game. Isaiah Burke and Malik Miller, both averaging over 17 a game. And Maryland Eastern Shore is probably the biggest surprise in this conference this year, led by Kayvon Wolves, averaging over 13 a game, and they have 2 other guys averaging double digits per game too. I really feel that Maryland Eastern Shore's Jason Crafton should be the MEAC Coach of the Year with the year they've had. I project them only by 0.3 over Morgan State in the total 140 and 7/20. So therefore I have Maryland Eastern Shore advancing. And the fourth of 4 quarterfinal games and the second of 2 on March 9th. 6 seed Coppin State, 3 seed Norfolk State. Coppin State, they have perhaps the best scorer in the conference in Sam Sessions, averaging over 20 a game. About a 24-5 guy they have there. And then Norfolk State, Norfolk Scope is not their home venue. Norfolk Scope is just where the tournament is. They play at a different arena. But they do get extra points for playing in their home city. They have 4 guys averaging double figures a game, led by Joe Bryant Jr. averaging over 17 a game. I project Norfolk State by 14.8, total of 150 and 13/20. So therefore I have Norfolk State advancing. Semifinals on Friday, March 10th. 4 seed Maryland Eastern Shore, 1 seed Howard. We talked about UMass earlier, how I believe their coach will be the coach of the year in the conference. Voiles and Zion Styles and Deshaun Phillip, all have been contributors this year. We talked about Hawkins, Steve Settle, and Shy Odom, good contributors for Howard this year. I project Howard 4.3 over Maryland Eastern Shore to add what is a great year for Maryland Eastern Shore in this tournament. So I have Howard advancing to the championship. In the second and two semifinal games on Friday, March 10th, 3-seed Norfolk State, 2-seed NC Central. We talked about Norfolk. They're deep. We talked about Bryant. They also have Chris Bankston, Kaheem Brown, and Christian Ings, all averaging double figures per game. And in Central, I really like the Central team. We talked about Wright. They also have Brendan Medley-Bacon and Chris Monroe. I project NC Central only by a half over Norfolk State. This would have been 2 if this was at, I don't know, Richmond's arena. Just thinking of another college team in Virginia. But Norfolk gets extra points for being close to home. But NC Central, I still have projected to win this game. So a chalk title game, 2-seed NC Central, 1-seed Howard. I like those 3 guys, Wright, Medley-Bacon, and Monroe on Central. And Howard has some great talent as well with Hawkins, Settle, and Odom. Very hard call. I just like NC Central's team a little bit better. I project them 0.3 over Howard, so very close. So I have NC Central winning the 2023 MEAC tournament to go to the big dance. NC Central would probably be a 16 seed, maybe in Dayton, maybe one of the last teams with the bye that are auto bid winners. I think the CBI in the basketball tournament will or the basketball classic will entertain teams like Howard, Norfolk State, UMass hopefully gets that opportunity. I think maybe even Morgan State as well. And in terms of odds to win this tournament, I don't see MEAC on FanDuel yet. Let's see if DraftKings has it. DraftKings has been putting odds out before FanDuel lately. Yeah, so NC Central's the favorite actually at plus 150. Norfolk's plus 260. Howard's 330. UMass is 650. Morgan State is 20-1. SC State's 40-1. Coppin State is 60-1. And Delaware State's 100-1. If there's a value play, I got to be honest. It's Coppin State at 60-1. They have a really, really good scorer in Sam Sessions that I think could bully them through this tournament if need be. So Coppin State at 60-1 is the value play, but my pick would be NC Central to win this tournament. So that's it for the MEAC tournament. Next up will be the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference, the MAC, as some people would like to say.